We spend so much time chasing things, money, status, promotion, the next upgrade. But what is actually worth pursuing? So my wife pulled me out of the house this morning for a walk, and she said something about burning off some of my extra happy weight. Anyways, so we walk and talk, and the conversation took a turn, and this question hits me. What are the real luxury in life? What are the real riches? And just like that, my brain went full on podcast mode. But hey, before we dive in, if you're new to the channel, my name's Romelio and welcome. This channel is basically where I dump my life experiences, some of the lessons I learned along the way, the things that kept me up at night, even some WTF moments. Some discussions might challenge the way you think. Some talk may have you shaking your head. And some might have you staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. So if you're into deep conversations, real talk, no filters, and figuring out life on the fly, stick around and hit that like, notification button, and subscribe. Let's talk about the lies of luxury. For the longest time, I thought luxury was all about big houses, fast cars, and wearing shoes that cost more than my first car. I mean, that's what society drills into our heads, right? If you look rich, you must be successful. Make sense? Well, not really. And let me tell you, I also bought into this luxury lie trap. The moment I started making decent money, I swiped those credit cards like I was in a race. Buying nice things, upgrading the nice cars, and chasing the lifestyle I never had growing up. I fell into the trap of keeping up with the Joneses, believing the material things would bring me happiness. And for a while, it was exciting. But looking back, I realized that none of it truly made me feel fulfilled. It was a temporary high, and once the novelty wore off, I was left questioning my own choices. Truth is, those things didn't bring me real happiness. They just distracted me from what actually mattered. And then I started noticing a lot of people who had those rich people things weren't actually happy either. Movie stars melting down, millionaires who never see their families, and social media influencers exhausted from keeping up with the illusion. It's like they had everything but peace. The real flex, to me, is freedom. That's when I started paying attention to different person. The ones who didn't flaunt their wealth but seemed genuinely happy, they weren't buried under debt or stress. They weren't working themselves into early grave. They owned their time, had control over their money, and lived the life on their own terms. And I thought, now that is real flex. So after a lot of reflection, I figured out something important. Real luxury isn't what we own, it's what we control. And if we break it down, there are 7 types of freedom that actually matter. And most importantly, here's how we can start achieving them today. First is financial freedom. Having options, not stress. Well, let's be real. Money matters. It won't buy happiness, but it buys choices. The ability to live without constantly worrying about bills, debt, making ends meet. Now that's freedom. To achieve this financial freedom, in my opinion, there's a few things that we need to take care of. First, spend wisely. Live below our means, not at the edge of them. How about save and invest? I believe that we should be building an emergency fund, like investing in assets like real estate, stocks, and create passive income streams. Also, we need to ditch those bad debt, cut down high interest credit cards, unnecessary loans, and focus on financial independence. Make money work for us. Learn about investing, compounding interest, and how to grow wealth instead of just earning and spending. Because real luxury is knowing we have enough, not just to survive, to live. Then let me talk to you about time freedom. It's about owning our life. I mean, what's the point of having money if we have no time to enjoy life, right? Too many people trade all their time for a paycheck, hoping to live someday. But what if that someday never comes? So, what are the ways to achieve time freedom? Well, I believe the first thing we need to do is to prioritize efficiency. Like, work smarter, not harder. Delegate, automate, and outsource tasks when possible. Find flexible income sources, kind of like looking for a remote work, freelancing, entrepreneurship, starting your business, or passive income stream that don't tie us to strict schedule. I think we should be able to say no more often. Guard our time. Stop overcommitting on things that don't align with our priorities. And finally, create systems, not just goals. Time management isn't about being busy. It's about designing a life where we can control our schedule. We don't want to just wake up one day realizing we spent our entire life working just to have no time left to actually live. How about location freedom? We know that what's better than a mansion, not being stuck in one place. The world is too big to be tied down to just one city, one office, or just one routine. That's kind of boring. Location freedom means having the flexibility to live and work wherever we feel the happiest. You might ask me, how can I achieve location freedom? I believe we need to be looking for careers that isn't tied to one place. Perhaps a remote job, about freelancing, online businesses, or investing. Those can give us mobility. How about downsize commitments? What do you mean by that, you may ask? Well, the less we own, the less we have to maintain. I'm guilty with that. I keep buying stuff. We got way too much crap. Consider more minimalist lifestyle. It's something that we are trying to practice now in our life. How about learn new skills that let us work from anywhere? Like digital skills, programming, content creation, kind of like what your boy is trying to do. Consulting or online marketing can make us location independent. How about start small? If moving abroad or traveling full-time sounds overwhelming, try working remotely for a week or perhaps a month in a new location first. Try it out. Imagine waking up by the beach one month and in the mountains the next. Not because we're on vacation, but because that's just our lifestyle. How's that sound? Anyways, health freedom, the wealth that we cannot buy. I've seen people grind their way to financial success only to spend their later years trying to buy back their health. And that is a losing game in my opinion. Without our health, money and success means nothing. What good is wealth if we're too exhausted and sick or stressed to enjoy it, right? Now here's some of the ways to achieve health freedom. We need to move daily, whether it's gym, yoga, walking, or stretching. We just need to stay active. Eat well. Invest on good nutrition. Our body isn't a garbage can. Stop treating it like one. Prioritize rest. Sleep is just as important as hustle. If we're too exhausted, we're not winning. If we think hustling 24/7 is a flex, well, you better think again. Balance, to me, is the real flex. You know what's underrated? Those slow mornings. Not rushing out the door. Not chugging coffee just to survive, not sitting in traffic before sun is even up, just waking up on our own time because you don't have to clock in on some job you hate. The true luxury of slow mornings is freedom. The freedom to wake up naturally, start your day without stress, and actually enjoy the quiet before the world starts bustling. Now here's some of the ways to achieve slow mornings. Work for yourself. Build remote income or create a career that lets you control your schedule. Create a morning ritual. Pray, journal, or simply drink your coffee in peace. How about limiting distraction? No emails, no social media, first thing in the morning. Own your time before others demand it. Set the tone for your day. A rushed morning leads to a chaotic day, don't you think? To me, a peaceful morning leads to clarity and focus. So real success isn't just about what you accomplish. It's about how you feel while living your life. And nothing feels better than waking up knowing you own your time. Number 6, the luxury of people who loves us. What is the point of having everything if we have no one to share it with? Some of the happiest people I've met aren't the ones with the biggest houses or the flashiest lifestyle. They're the ones surrounded by love, real, unconditional, ride or die kind of love, whether it's from family, friends, or a partner who truly sees us for who we are. So how can we build meaningful relationship? Prioritize the right people. Spend time with those who uplift and support us. Cut ties with the ones who drain our energy. How about be present? We can sometimes put our phones down and listen more, engage fully in our relationships? How about give more than what we take? Love is about adding values to other lives, not just expecting it from them. We can also surround ourselves with people who align with our values. If we got people like that, you know what? We are already rich. And finally, faith and purpose is the ultimate freedom, in my opinion. At the core of everything, the deepest luxury in life is having God, faith, and purpose. Faith isn't just about religion. It's about knowing that our life has meaning beyond money, success, or social status. It's about believing there's something bigger than ourselves and that we're here for a reason. So how can we strengthen our faith and purpose? Take a time for our prayer or meditation. Like me and my family, we try our best to pray every night, just to reflect on the good things that we received that day or even some of the challenges that made us strong that day. We try to practice gratitude by shifting our focus from what's missing to what's already abundant. We live in intention. We try to align our actions with our values and beliefs. And finally, we try to serve others. We feel blessed. We try to pay it forward because the greatest fulfillment often comes from giving. Because when everything else fades, the material things, the titles, the achievements, faith and love and purpose are what truly remains. Think about it. What's the point of success if you're still trapped? Trapped by debt, by an exhausting job, by a schedule that leaves you no time to breathe? The biggest mistake people make is waiting too long, waiting for the right time, waiting until they have more money, more experience, more confidence. And you don't have to be rich to start. You just have to start. Start by making smart money choices, by setting boundaries with your time. Start by prioritizing your health, by appreciating slow moments. Start by valuing the people who truly love you. And finally, start by strengthening your faith and purpose. Because at the end of the day, your life is yours to create. No one is going to hand you freedom. You have to take it. Let's create a life that doesn't just look good on the outside, but actually feels amazing inside. And hey, if all else fails, at least subscribing is free, unlike that $7 coffee habit of yours.